In the hallowed corners of time, shrouded in mystery and cloaked in enchantment, dwells the mystical realm of Sundusk Sagas. I am your guide, Sera, a humble student of the arcane arts, here to lead you down the meandering paths that bridge our reality with the unseen. Today we journey deep into the annals of history, navigating the shimmering corridors of legend and myth to an epoch lost beneath the waves. Welcome, dear travellers, to the grandeur of Atlantis, a civilization so advanced, so radiant, that it echoed through time as an emblem of our potential. It is here, amidst the gleaming towers and the intricate channels that meandered like veins of silver through the city, that our saga unfolds. The sun, the resplendent god of this underwater realm, cast a myriad of colours upon the cityscape, breathing life into the vibrant murals that adorned the public squares and courtyards. Citizens moved about, their days punctuated by the harmonious symphony of laughter, discourse, and the rhythmic clanging of the artisan's hammer. Yet, even in this thriving metropolis, one figure stood distinct, a beacon of power and mystery, cloaked in a mantle of mysticism, the Last Sorceress, a title that tingled with anticipation and dread, curiosity and fear, hope and despair. Who was this elusive figure? What powers did they command? And most importantly, did they hold the key to the fate that awaited this wondrous civilization? As we weave this saga together, dear travellers, remember, the past may be set in stone, but interpretation belongs to the living. Now, let us journey through the sands of time, to the rise of the Last Sorceress. Our tale unfurls within the heart of Atlantis, not amid the splendour of a royal residence or within sacred temple walls, but within the simple home of a child touched by the extraordinary. This prodigy, known as Lyra, would become the pulsating heart of an age, the spark that ignited the most mesmerizing chapter in the story of Atlantis, the age of the Last Sorceress. From an early age, Lyra's talent eclipsed that of ordinary elemental manipulation. She could comprehend the wind's whispers, interpret the waves' murmurs, and understand the celestial body's silent conversations. Nature itself seemed to play a gentle melody just for Lyra, guiding her along a path few had the courage to follow. Our story unfolds as Lyra matures, her mystical abilities blossoming in a spectacle as breathtaking as a lotus in the first light of dawn. Her spirit, fiery and passionate, held a magic that enthralled and inspired. Whether carving intricate sculptures from ice that embodied winter's essence, or beckoning summer breezes to billow the sails of Atlantean ships, her magic radiated throughout the city, earning her the admiration and respect of her people. Yet the journey to greatness is seldom free of challenges. As Lyra grew into her role as the Last Sorceress, she found herself balancing on the precipice of immense power and responsibility. How she wielded this power and shaped her civilization is a dance between triumph and tragedy, an intricate weaving of light and shadow. As the gears of time churn, we journey further into this saga, into the heart of Lyra's rule and the resonance of her deeds. Under the stewardship of Lyra, Atlantis experienced a golden era, an age illuminated by the intertwining of magical prowess and scientific discovery. The city became a dazzling tapestry woven by our sorceress, whose wisdom and power guided Atlantis towards prosperity and enlightenment. As seasons passed, Lyra, now in the prime of her reign, ushered her people towards advancements unheard of. She harnessed untapped energies, invoked iridescent barriers to shield the city, and coaxed mythical creatures from the ethereal realm to grace her citizenry with their mystifying presence. However, power, like the vast ocean, can be capricious and turbulent. The same hands that could create could also destroy. Lyra, as the wielder of such formidable power, danced on the edge of a blade. Could the saviour of Atlantis also be the harbinger of its downfall? Murmurs of apprehension started to ripple through the city. The once revered sorceress was now seen by some as a conductor of catastrophe. Her feats, initially seen as wonders of magic and innovation, started to be perceived as the reckless tampering of forces that should remain undisturbed. As we untangle the intricacies of our tale, we delve deeper into the enigma of the Last Sorceress. Did Lyra utilize her magic for the flourishing of Atlantis, or did her actions unwittingly mark the beginning of its end? Our journey into the shadowy depths of this mystery brings us closer to the cataclysm that would redefine the fate of this radiant civilization. As Atlantis revelled in its golden age, Little did they know that the end was nigh. Amid the splendor and the festivities, there were unseen signs, subtle whispers of a looming disaster. The earth beneath Atlantis trembled, the skies above turned dark, and the sea around became restless. The celestial bodies that Lyra once soothed into a harmonious dance now seemed to withdraw, their silence an ominous herald of the catastrophe to come. Lyra, the last sorceress, the pulsating heart of Atlantis, felt a cold dread seeping into her being. She realized that the magical symphony she had conducted had reached a crescendo that echoed not with triumph, but with impending disaster. The forces she had tamely pulled and woven were beginning to unravel, their untamed might threatening to engulf her beloved city. And then, the unthinkable happened. A catastrophe of unimaginable proportions shook Atlantis, the sea roared in fury, and the city that once glittered like a gem was plunged into chaos. Towers crumbled, the ground split, and the once protective barrier around the city flickered and failed. As if the ocean itself held a grudge against Atlantis, enormous waves crashed onto the city, submerging it beneath the vengeful sea. In the midst of the chaos, Lyra, grief-stricken and heartbroken, did what she could to save her people. Her powers, once a source of awe and reverence, now became the last beacon of hope for the doomed city. But even her immense power was not enough to halt the relentless march of fate. As Atlantis sunk beneath the waves, Lyra made a desperate decision. With the last remnants of her magic, she cast a spell of protection and transported herself to safety, away from the drowning city. Thus, the golden era of Atlantis ended, swallowed by the sea and lost in time. Its last sorceress, Lyra, had vanished, her fate intertwined with the lore of her sunken city. As we step back from the depth of this tragic tale, let's take a moment to honor the memory of Atlantis, its beauty, its magic, and the spellbinding saga of its last sorceress. In the echoes of Atlantis's fall, the tale of the last sorceress, Lyra, resonates. Her story, woven into the fabric of the sunken city, leaves us contemplating the allure of power, the complexity of progress, and the high cost of unchecked ambition. Today, the grandeur of Atlantis lives on in the heart of the ocean and in the tapestry of our collective memory. Its mysteries continue to captivate us, its tales to enchant, and the legacy of Lyra, the beacon of its golden era, remains as enigmatic as the city she loved and lost. Thank you for venturing with me, dear listeners, through this mesmerizing saga. To delve deeper into other mystical narratives, subscribe to Sundusk Sagas. Together, let's continue to unravel the unseen, chase the whispers of the past, and discover the magic within every story. Each dusk brings a new saga, a new mystery waiting to be unfurled. Until our next journey, remember to seek the magic that lives on. Like, share, and let's continue our exploration into the enchanting realm of the mystical and the magical. Until then, dear listeners, seek the magic in the everyday.